Hello everyone, welcome here. Today, we are going to be trying something new. And I just realized that that hat in the background looks exactly like a RuneScape party hat. Anyway, moving on. Hello Ash, you love this game? Well, good. Because if you like it, hopefully that means it's good. And it looks interesting. Now, if I can figure out what it did to my mouse. I don't have a mouse cursor. Hello, game. I don't have a mouse cursor. Interesting. Okay, now I have a mouse cursor. Apparently I just have to hit a keyboard button and it will pop up. Let's turn volume down a little bit, because you almost always have to. Okay, I don't have to change any of that. I definitely will have to change that. Okay. Rather minimalistic settings, but then again, I don't think this game is very complicated in that direction. Okay. Well, let's go, why don't we? Take notes? Oh, yes, I know I'm going to have to. The capture I'm using for this has a capture built in for my text editor. I just have to turn it on when I need it. And I have to actually open the text editor too, which I'm sure I will do shortly. I understand that this is chock full to the rafters with meta puzzles, so. That pun was not intended, but it's pretty good anyway. Hello, survey.
Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof,
He didn't specify a time limit, so it doesn't matter.
set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Okay. So the person I saw who was talking this up about how awesome it was described it as what if missed but not insufferable. And so I was like, well, first of all, F you. But second of all, that does sound kind of interesting. So I need to play this game. Okay. And we have acquired the blueprint. Okay. Interesting. Um, so this implies that there's going to be a limited amount of movement we can do in a day. Which I notice it does 48 here. I don't think we're going to need to worry too much about that yet, but it'll probably matter later. Two items, of course. Also, it's a small little dead end. And the hallway, I'm assuming, is just the way to get to more places more easily. The hallway being played in this slot. Okay, so it is played sideways. Which means that I was going to say this seems like it'd probably be a bad idea because then it blocked one of the doors off. But no, it rotates it so the door isn't blocked off. That's good. Alright. Once you have drawn 4 plans, you must select one to draft. Okay. So once we choose a door, we have to go through it. Interesting. Let's go ahead and do the closet. Okay. Are those the two items? One of them definitely was. I'm unsure if the little currency thing was just a bonus or if it was the actual item. I think it probably was the actual item because I don't see anything else that's interactable. Okay. I have to say the art style is very interesting. Okay, we're down to 44. Either we inadvertently crossed over that threshold several times and removed a bunch of stuff, or it's not. Okay, so we've got some more stuff now. Let's go ahead and play the hallway. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. Okay. I'm going to make a note of that, just in case it's important, and I'm going to specify when and how I found it. Okay. Day 1. If I turn the Sublime Capture on, there we go. Does it hide Sublime when I minimize it? Yes, it does. Okay, good. Boom. All right. All right. Boom. Now. Oh, let's go this way. Corridor is always left unlocked. Okay. Nook gives us +1 key. The utility closet has a breaker box. All right. If I remember correctly, this is 5 wide, so we have one more space to either side yet. Yeah, let's do the Nook next. Thing is, I'm gonna need another right angle to get back. No, I don't need the right angle there. I can just use, I can put whatever on beside the entrance hall if I need to. But also that's gonna consume, yeah, I don't know. Let's go. I don't see a reason to play the corridor yet. I don't need a key yet. I can keep the Nook around maybe. Let's find out what the breaker box is. Okay. I see. Okay. Well, let's make a few notes about this too. Still deciding how I want to structure these notes, but anyway. Okay. Um, Okay. You end up restructuring as you go through things? Oh, I'm sure. Because when you first start taking notes for something like this, you have no idea what's important or how. All right. There we go. That seems like all the information we can get here. I'm going to guess that these do something useful. However, we don't have the information we need yet to know what those do. Now, is there anything else in here? Maybe. This could be just visual flair added to the wall, or it could be something that'll be important later. So I'm going to make a note of that too. Okay. Go away, you. I need to minimize that so it's not open still. There we go. Thinking about getting Oblivion Remaster. If your graphics card is beefy enough to make it run, that sounds like a great idea. Because it's pretty cool. Okay. So whatever we do here, we don't want to put a dead end. Alright. So this is the only non-dead end. However, the way it's wanting to put it is going to block off one of the routes out of it, which is unfortunate. Our only other option is to go back to the entrance hall and key off there, but so we're not doing that. We got to put something here. Also, I'm not entirely sure if how it chooses what rooms to offer me for every door. There might be some rules, and I should probably be taking notes of what I got offered for each direction that I check. Okay, there's no way you're not going to be part of a puzzle. Okay, first of all, that gem is another one of those things, like we found earlier. There's a bunch of clocks here. They all display the same time. Nothing seems particularly interactive though, which is interesting. Okay, that's blocked off because of how we laid things out. All right. Clock hands are moving. Entirely possible you have to be here at a certain time or something for something to happen, but we don't have any clues as to what that might be yet. So let's just make a note of the fact that the den is full of clocks. Okay. Better get a third page pickaxe from this. Well, we'll see. Oh, I can't click. All right. Whenever we enter the chapel, we lose one of something that looks suspiciously like money. The nook would set us off in that direction to make it kind of hard to get anywhere else. The parlor has a puzzle piece icon on it and would get us back toward the center. I think I want the chapel solely because I'm lacking in directions to go. Okay, we have stained glass with numbers on the bottom of each of them. Each of the people in the stained glass paintings are holding some kind of object. Okay. That's probably the most immediately obvious, probably useful piece of information here. Okay. Well, we should probably note these down. Gonna make the notepad bigger? Damn it. I need to remember that I can't just tab back to the game. I have to minimize the notepad. Also, I am going to change a setting here if I can. Actually, no, that'd require too much messing around. Let's not do that. I could probably make it semi-transparent, but that'd be a bad idea. All right, notes. I'm not sure if you'll always enter from the same side. I'm not sure if I want to take notes based on that. Also, this is totally the kind of thing where the order might change based on the day. So I should make a note of what order they come in and not just who is what. Because it might be the kind of thing where this is a combination for something and that combination's randomized every day. But anyway, let's just take some basic notes here. Chapel. Okay. Windows. I should be indenting this stuff. So it's more obvious what the structure is. Okay, right wall. Windows. Back to front, back being defined as away from the altar. And for some reason there's 2 spaces here. There we go. Right wall. I. C. Carrying a hoe. And then IV. And that is a probably a chimney sweep. Got wings, which is interesting. Okay. Left wall. Trying to decide what that's supposed to be. It looks like it might be a broom. Also, wait. Okay, just straight up everyone has wings, so we don't need to note that. Okay. What's the number in this one? 5? Okay. And then 2. Actually, wait a second here. White tunic. All right, and here we have number was 2. Yeah, okay. Okay. That looks like a oven, like a peel or whatever, but I'm just gonna call it a paddle for the sake of my sanity. All right, now we'll do left to right for the rear wall. Okay, we have someone in overalls. Overalls with a pitchfork. And the number was 3. Okay. And then we have VI, actually. Oops. Okay. So that's the notes on the windows. 2 windows per wall. Over entrance, there is... Does that one have a number? Yes, it does. VII. Okay. A scepter or a mace, it doesn't matter. Scepters are basically a mace of office. There's also these statues. They seem less obviously useful because they're not numbered. Although they probably still are useful. Also, I just noticed there's a chess piece in here, and I realized that there's been a chess piece in every room. It's back here, for example. There was a yellow pawn. Every room has a chess piece? Maybe not every room, but definitely some of the rooms. Okay. Okay. Let's not get too bogged down. Security would be placed... It does look like you always enter from the bottom of the room. So we replace a bedroom there, it would dead end permanently. Yeah. There's a gem requirement. The drawing room lets us craft a new floor plan. Interesting. Security lets us view inventory of all items currently in the house. And the bedroom gets us 2 movement. Okay, the bedroom would be a bad play here because it will block us off. Security, drawing room, and at least allow us to move forward. Let's find out what the drawing room does. Okay. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans, from which you may select one to draft. Okay. So this gets us a redraw. Interesting. There's a yellow pawn. Make a note of that. Just looking around to see if there were any other chess pieces, but nope, there's only one. Which implies to me that there's something probably important about it, because we found only one in the other rooms that we found one in. Yellow pawn? Yeah, yellow pawn. That's the same chess piece as we found in the den. Okay. There are, appropriate enough, drawings of all sorts plastering the walls. None of them seem incredibly notable, although they do all seem to have lines under whatever the drawn character, I'm not sure what you'd want to call it, their stride, and everyone seems to be moving forward in some way. Okay. Except for the drawing of the previous owner of the place. Alright, let's move on. Okay, so we got a redraw now. That's useful. We do not want to dead end this. The bedroom seems like a bad idea, TM. The courtyard, on the other hand, will get us left and right passage again. That seems like a good idea. Also, we got some important information from this in that it implies that what we have available go any direction is random. Okay, first of all, let's see if there's a chess piece in here somewhere. Because so far, not all the rooms have had one. I don't think. But a lot of them have. Okay, I don't see anything. I don't see anything terribly notable either. I'm sure there is something I'm not noticing yet, however. I don't see anything immediately interactable. Alright. It says it has a gem requirement. I don't have any gems. But yeah, we can't play security even if I wanted to. Okay, the drawing room's redraw only works in the drawing room. So what that seems like it'd be good for is if you need a specific room, you could redraw in the drawing room until you get the room you want, maybe. But really, we don't want a dead end, so this really only leaves one option for us. Okay. Component of the parlor game. All right. So this box is blue. The gems are in a true box. This box is black. This is a true statement. This must be a false statement. And this is a true statement. If we refer back to this, always be at least one box which displays only true statements. Always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Only one box has prize within. Okay. Which implies that the gems are in this box because this box is the only one that is obviously false. Because this box must be true. This box must be true. Because obviously. Which means this one must be false because the other two are true. And since it says that the gems are in a true box and they must be in a false box. And I'm going to be annoyed if it's wrong. Nope, it's right. Okay, good. Damn it. There. Go away, notes. Anyway. Because this box is black, this box is blue, and then this one said the gems are in a true box. Since that was blocking the screen rather prominently. This is just a little bit of lore, and then the rules, which are not too strange. Okay, we have a cot, we have a coach. There is is that black? The muted dark color, it's hard to tell. But anyway, we have a pawn here of some sort. Okay, parlor. Make a note of that. The only reason the chess pieces seem notable is because there only seems to ever be one in a room. And so far there's been one in a variety of rooms. And that makes me suspicious. Alright. Other than that, nothing immediately jumps out at me, which means that there's probably at least something hidden in here I'm not noticing yet. Well, let's continue on. We don't want to get too bogged down. Okay. We can go forward, or we can dead end. Okay, the spare room seems pretty darn empty to me. Don't know if the color is notable. Probably not, because the icon shows it as white. Yeah, I don't see anything worth worrying about here for now. Alright. I don't really want to do 2 corridors in a row. Kitchen has food for sale as a gem requirement. That would move us farther to the left. We've had the bedroom available a bunch of times and have never gone there. Let's take the kitchen because I'd rather move more left because we haven't entered that column yet. And so it'd be useful to have some access to it, I think. Today's main course is glazed salmon. Oh. These gives more movement. Okay. I'm not sure what what resource they're discussing here at these cost. But I'm not feeling a dire need for movement right now. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if that's worth noting down or not. Let's note down what the main course is, maybe. No. I don't think that will bother. Let's continue onward. Locked door. Okay. We don't have any keys, so this is effectively a dead end. So back we go. And backtracking like this is probably how we run out of movement. But hello, Dread. Okay, so it is notable that all the rooms have a color. Now, the interesting thing to know is that that color stays the same, so we should probably make notes of what the colors are so far. And see if they stay the same when we encounter the room again later. Because I'm gonna guess they probably don't. Okay. We'll just note them down for the rooms that we made notes about so far. All right. Opportunity to earn and spread cash. Okay, that's gonna dead end though. Bedroom also dead end. The pantry will not dead end. So that's pretty obvious which one of those we're gonna take. And the notes are up again. Damn it. Thank you, Mr. Click, for alerting me to that fact. Yeah, we gotta do the pantry. Okay, banana has been acquired. We have acquired a new resource. Okay. Please pick up some more fruit before Friday's just been informed we have an extra guest exploring the house. 50 steps should be more than enough. 5 bananas, 5 apples, 5 oranges. Okay, that seems like important information somehow. But also, I do not have enough useful information to know how that'll be important. We'll just make a note of it. That okay, kitchen is brown. Wait, not kitchen, we're in the pantry, which is blue. Okay. Now, pantry, blue. Note. $50 steps. And what order were they in? Apples, bananas, oranges. Okay. 5 apples. Five oranges. Okay. Are any chess pieces or anything else that falls out to the eye? Doesn't look like it. Okay. And it's locked. All right. So that means the chapel is the only non-dead, or chapel and entrance hall are the only non-dead ends currently. Although I'm not sure if the chapel's locked or not. They stole one of my money. To be fair, I kind of knew that was coming. Alright, we've got the nook. Storeroom, which is a dead end, which would be a bad idea, although it would give us a decent amount of resources. Nook would give us a key. It also would send us south into a dead end, which might not be the worst thing. Observatory would also send us south into a dead end and would give us a new resource for a cost of a gem. I think I'll take Nook. Because no matter what, we're going to be going south into a dead end from here. And it's a choice of whether we get a new resource and lose a gem, or whether we get a key that we can then use to open pantry or kitchen. Probably pantry. Okay. Yes, I know that I should be taking notes. That seems like a good idea overall. Which is why I have been doing that very thing. Oh. White rook. Okay. First though, Nook is blue. Okay. All right. Well, let's continue south from here for now. Don't see anything else that's immediately useful. Okay, bedroom's a dead end. It doesn't really matter which dead end we play here, I suppose. This one we can gain 5 movement, lose a gem. This one we just doesn't cost us anything. Let's try that for now. Okay, so there's lots of drawings on the walls of every single room. I'm not sure if I should be making notes of those yet or not. So I'm going to go with or not for now. Okay, the towel monogram is HSS. That may be useful, or it may just be decorative. I am going to go with that is far too vague to be useful now. And I'm not even going to bother to take a note on it yet. If I see something later that makes me think of it, then I'll worry about it. There doesn't seem to be anything interactive in here, which implies to me that either this room is completely useless, which seems unlikely, or there is some bit of information in here that is useful for something else. Or it is useless now and might become useful later. Either way, it's not getting us anywhere right now. Anyway, now that we have a key, we can either go back to the entrance hall and start drafting from there, or we can go forward to the pantry, start drafting from there, or we can go forward to the kitchen and draft from there. How much movement do I have left? 26. Okay. It looks like we're about 5 movement from either the pantry or the entrance hall. If we go back to the entrance hall, it'll give us an excuse to go back through some of these rooms and look for chess pieces, the ones where we weren't checking for them yet. Then again, I think I know them, what chess pieces there were from the den forward. So it'd only be the hallway. I know the utility closet doesn't have one. It'd really only be the entrance hall that and the closet that I'd actually be checking for chess pieces. Let's go up to the pantry. Goodbye, money. You'll be missed. Okay. Exit. Oh, yeah, to... Basically, don't use the key. Okay. Items for sale. Gem requirement to get there in the first place. Storeroom or guest bedroom, which gives us plus 10 movement. It seems somewhat important not to immediately dead end this. Although that plus 10 movement is a little tempting. The storeroom has resources that I'm sure I will want. But importantly, this is not a dead end. So, here we go, I suppose. Okay. All items up to 50% off, days 20 and 21. That seems worth making a note of. Okay, first of all, not what I wanted to click on. Okay. It's brownish yellow. We'll call it yellow. Okay. Not interactive in any way. Okay. I recognize that drawing as one of the ones that was on the wall of the... Okay, also... Closed what days? Days 12 to 16. Okay. I have a feeling we're going to have to make a lot of notes here. Okay. Back to the first week of December, payroll for all live out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. Okay. Need to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals. Two terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Alright. And these pair of drawings and notes seem important as well. Okay, is there anything else I need to make notes on? We can't afford any of this stuff. Alright, let's see if I can summarize this without wanting to go insane. Just spruce those up a little bit. Okay. I'm guessing the first week of December part is probably fluff. Okay. Actually, they say where punch clock used to be. Which time clock and punch clock should be synonymous. However, something is telling me that that's probably a hint. And I absolutely mangled the spelling of that. Okay, and then terminal password scratched out. It rather obviously starts with an S. And I'm not sure from there. Okay, now. Actually, wait, the minecart was labeled without, wasn't it? Yes, okay. Okay. Now, I know I've seen this before. I don't know if I've seen this before. So, let's do a little bit of backtracking and waste some steps, why don't we? I kind of want to go back to here and look at what was on the wall. And we'll check the rooms as we go for those two drawings. With and without what? I don't know yet. But Okay. So there was no such drawing in this room because this is all people walking. This place steals our money once again. Okay, we don't want to go there. I mean, I kind of do, but we're not going to. We're going to end up losing all of our money because of going back and forth through that chapel. Okay. Now, this is a red room, so I'll make a note of that. Go ahead and make a note of the tall monogram too. HSS. Okay. Those are probably important. Whether they're important to us now is an entirely different story. And I'm going to say the answer is probably no. We don't currently have a key, so it's back to the commissary we go. Yeah, we're getting low on steps, which means we're probably about done for this day. Okay, we can do that. That's going to run us straight into another locked... Oh, that's the only choice we have. That's going to run us straight into another dead end. I've seen that drawing before. Okay. I don't remember which room it was in, though. Alright, I'm going to start making better notes about what drawings I see on walls. Okay. So, it's purple. There we go. Now, we don't have any chess pieces or anything. Aha, there is a safe with a combination. Okay. I haven't seen anything that was obviously a combination yet. Let's just make a note that there's a safe here. I doubt the combination is in this room. Is there anything else on the safe? It is labeled. Just in case that's useful hint, we'll make a note of that. Okay. And the door's locked. All right. Well, that's a dead end for sure. Look around one last time, see if there's anything notable. Anything else interactive that I may have missed? Those drawings are definitely something, because I've seen that one before. And it seems highly unlikely that they would copy stuff without it being important. Now I just have to remember where I saw it before. And preferably make a note of it. Also, I'm going to make a note of these two drawings because they may also be important. Okay. I already have a note about the pantry, so we'll just add to that. It's holding a match, right? Yes. A lit match. And a single pine tree. Okay. This place, still boring and empty as always. The kitchen door was locked, so we can't get through that right now. I think the only way forward is through the entrance hall, currently. So we're perilously close to running out of forward options. This place has tons of drawings on the wall, but they're all drawings of people walking, which implies that they're probably not, or people and horses. I am going to note down one thing. Just in case that changes or anything. Okay, we don't have any money to take, so this place doesn't steal from us. Yeah, we're about out of steps too. I think we're going to be forced to stop for the day before we can even get back to the entrance. Okay, this has two more drawings on the wall. Let's see, den. All drawings. bathtub. That looks exactly like the bathtub in the lavatory. And batch over forest. Okay. That's nice. Hallway drawings were lady, mall, bridge. Okay. And I didn't minimize the notes again. Go away. Okay, there's definitely wall drawings in here as well. Whether they're any different or not is a different story. Okay, the entrance hall is once again a blue room, because I do remember it being a blue room from the first time around. Make a note. Now, from now on, for each day's notes, I'm only going to be noting things that are different from day one. Okay. Entry. Wall drawings are Queen of Diamonds and holding Queen of Diamonds and a hand holding an Ace of Spades. Okay. Let's go this way first. We can get utility closet again. We can get hallway again. I think we'll go for hallway. That's going to give us maximum options. Okay, the wall drawings are definitely different. Also, what color is this room? Hallway is brown. On the previous day, the hallway was orange as well. Okay, so maybe that stays the same. Okay, so seeming like the colors remain the same so far. Wall drawings. Hands. Praying with the rosary. And the other one is hand holding crowbar. Okay. The red note says doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. So that's the same still. Okay. Now. Let's go out through this door. This would be a perfect place to put a dead end, or we could put the bedroom and then have access, lots of accesses north. Or the pantry for the same thing. Let's do the bedroom, because we've never been in the bedroom. Okay, once again, there are 2 wall drawings. Okay, these drawings have got to be important because every single room has 2 of them. Well, not every single one, but most of them so far have 2 of them. However, whatever they're important for is completely opaque and making note of them could very well be useless. But also, there is this bit where we got a couple wall drawings that we found at least one of elsewhere that had notes attached to them. So it's possible we might slowly discover information about those wall drawings, and they might give us information about the rooms that we need. Being some kind of subtle hint. Anyway. What color is this room? Purple. Okay. It was purple previous day too, I remember. So that implies that indeed the colors are always the same. So I should probably stop taking note of the colors. Alright. Wall drawings. I'm gonna guess it's a pudding with a spoon. And sand dunes. There's a yellow chess piece in here. We got pawn. There wasn't a chess piece in the hallway. There's not another chess piece in that, which is good, because that continues to imply that there's only 1 chess piece per room for rooms that have it. Postcard. Reddington. 2Ds. Yes. Okay. That seems like it might be important because it's interactive. So I should probably make a note of it. Also, I don't know why, but that paper crane seems like it might be important as well. These things, I've seen multiple of this shape in various rooms. Like, not this exact shape, but this kind of twisted box snake, I guess I'd call it. I don't know. I'm not sure how I'd describe that in notes though, so we'll just leave it alone for now and hope it's not important. I am going to make a note of this statue. And let's make a note of that. Picture on the end table as well. Okay, let's go north from here then. Okay, we can have a nook, a guest bedroom, or utility closet. Having a key seems useful. 10 more steps also seems useful. The breaker box. I'm curious if it does the same things it did before. Let's do the guest bedroom because we haven't been there yet. Okay. I'm going to cease making notes of the colors because they don't seem to change. Although I should probably make note of them somewhere just as a list of known rooms. Let's do that up here. And I should note a few basic bits of information about each one. Okay. Hallway. Orange. Actually, let's note that in parentheses like we were doing earlier. Okay. That's probably the most important bit of information about that. Entrance hall is also technically a room, so we'll make a note of that. Actually, let's classify them by their color here. Okay. Any other purples? Okay, so the colors seem to be a class. It's a room, you idiot. There, okay. It seems to be a classification system more than anything. Okay. The den was blue. I guess so. Chapel was red. Drawing room was blue. The parlor was blue. The nook was blue. I should be noting down any special effects that rooms have as well. We'll do that in a minute. The commissary was yellow. Okay. Now, utility closet has the breaker box. The den didn't have anything notable. The drawing room. Parlor didn't seem to have anything special. The nook, I don't remember. I think it actually parlor nook. Okay, hallway is just a hallway. The bedroom. +2 move when entering. The guest bedroom is straight up +10 move. Chapel. Was -1 coin when entering. Okay, we'll fill the rest of that out as we go. So, technically, if I just step back and forth across this line, I should lose no movement. Because I enter, I gain +2. I leave and I'm back to right where I was, 59. Okay. All right, this note seems important. Draw floor plans leading north more frequently. Okay. Let's make a note that we found that here. Okay. I need to make a note of the wall drawings. Biplane in clouds. And then the drawing of the empty floor plan. there's a yellow pawn in here. Okay, is there anything else besides that note? Nothing that I have recognized as notable yet. Alright. Now. How to summarize this note in a way that will be useful later. Um... Okay. Just skim through that real quick again. Yeah. Hopefully that's all we need to know from that. Something about the drawing of that anchor, or not drawing, but the way it's so starkly stood out. It makes me wonder if it might be important later, but we'll see. It's probably just decorative. Alright, let's go north from the hallway now. Okay, we can go to the spare room. We can go to the pantry. Or we can go to the corridor. Corridor. Here, let's make a note of these rooms. Up here. Spare room. Pantry. Plus 4 coins. And then under orange, we have corridor. Never locked. Okay. I've never been to the corridor, so let's do that one next. I don't think I've been to the corridor before. Oh. Okay. There's that. Ooh. Okay, so I've seen these two drawings before, with each other before, but not in this room. Okay. What room did I see these two together before? In the utility closet. The metal spiral staircase and 4 diamonds and a diamond pattern. Okay. I still have no idea what any of this means, but I have seen these two before. Spare room, was it? Toy closet. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Now, do we have any chess pieces? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Okay. We have a parlor. The closet. For security. I've never actually been to security. I don't think I have any gems, though. So we can't really go there currently, although I would prefer to go there right here, but oh well. So I'm going to take the parlor here, I think. And then I'm tempted to go back to the entrance hall and head out the other way. But we'll see. Okay. So this is the same puzzle. Yep. One true, one false. One who knows. The blue box contains the gems. This box is the black box. This is the false. This is a false box. This box is the white box. So this is also a false box. Which means this must be a true box. Which means the blue box contains the gems. Alright, nice and easy. The wall drawings are... Okay, I do have parlor noted. It's a blue one. Seems to always reward 2 gems, so we'll note that. This will come in handy later when I'm deciding what room I want to go to, because then I'll know a little bit about the room ahead of time. Things that are always the same about it. Okay, anyway, parlor. Wall drawings are... a tie. And... That's as of a description as any, I think. tiered rack or shelves. Chest piece is the same as before, I believe. Yep. Dark pawn. Okay. I might need to start moving the chess piece information to the main room list, or provide a room list that helps detail that. Okay, do I want to continue from the parlor, or do I want to go back to the entrance hall and continue from there? I think we'll go back from the entrance hall and go out the opposite sides when we came in. Possibly wasting movement, but same as it was, of course. Okay. Go away. All right. Storeroom, utility closet, pantry. Storeroom is tempting because it gives us some stuff that's useful. Utility closet, I kind of want to see it again to see if anything has changed, but also I doubt it has. And I haven't seen any of the rooms that were mentioned in the breaker box. I don't know what it does for sure. Pantry didn't seem to have anything interesting except the coins, and it did have a note, which okay, let's check the pantry, because I don't want to go straight into a dead end right away. And also, I'm curious if this note has the same information as last time. 50 steps should be more than enough. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. Okay, that is the same note as far as I can tell. Okay. The pantry. Drawings are a safety pin and single tree. I know I've seen single tree before. It was previously in the pantry, but it was paired with a hand holding a lit match. Okay. And there's a fruit we can eat for a little bit of movement in here. I should make note of that as well, because it's been there both times. Pantry, +4 coins. +2 movement from random fruit on counter. I'm just gonna say +X movement because I'm not sure if it's 2 every time. It was the last 2, but that doesn't necessarily say anything. Okay. Now. Don't see any chess pieces or anything else that I recognize from anywhere else. All right. We can go to the chapel. the nook, or the drawing room. This might actually be a good place for the drawing room, because it gives us a route forward and a route into the final column to the side. Chapel gives us a route to the both ways as well. If I put the chapel there, if I have to go back through it a lot, we're going to lose a lot of coins. I definitely want to have the chapel somewhere though, but I want it to be kind of more out of the way. Easily bypassed. Let's do the drawing room. And then maybe we'll put the chapel off to the side of it or something if we can. Okay. The drawing room has a lot of the same pictures on the walls that it did before. It's got a yellow pawn in it. Oh, here we go. Here's the drawings for the drawing room. Okay. Drawing room. Drawings. We're a bathtub. And bat or forest. We've seen that combination before in the den. Okay. Also, the previous time we saw the drawing room, it did indeed have a yellow pawn in it. Okay. Still has the little helpful hint about drawing. All right. I think we want to go through this door. Lavatory would be a dead end. Den would get us south and north access. And a gem. Commissary would be a dead end. Okay, let's put the den there because then it won't block anything off. Okay. Drawings are minecart and car. I think we've seen this combo before. Yes, in the lavatory. Previously, we've seen drawings, minecart, and car together. Okay. That's very interesting because we're now that we're on a second day, we're seeing a lot of the same drawings together. But I don't think they always are together. Yeah, I don't know. Got a yellow pawn in here again. That's apparently the same every time for each room. Alright, let's see if we can go south and hopefully get a dead end room here. Well, that's a perfect place to stick the storeroom or the nursery. The nursery would have been better to have before, because I think when it says bedroom, I think it means every purple room. Before we already drafted a bunch of purple rooms, it would have been nice to have this. I don't think it's that useful right now. Let's put the storeroom in. Okay, I recognize this drawing. There's a yellow pawn here. Okay. We have a key. We have a gem. And we have a coin. Alright, so that's what we were promised when we came here. Okay. First though, the storeroom is a blue room. I do not have it listed yet. Storeroom. +1 key, coin, gem. Okay. Storeroom. Drawings. Are buck and tag labeled 10. We've seen to the tag labeled 10 before. Last time it was paired with a tent in trees. Okay. But yeah, you definitely don't see the same ones together all the time, but you seem to see the same ones together a lot. Okay, also, first time we've seen this room, let's note that it has a yellow pawn. I need to start noting these down up here. Okay. The entrance hall doesn't seem to have a pawn or any other thing. Utility closet didn't have one. The den has a yellow pawn. Let's make a separate chess pieces list. We'll list it by piece. Okay, the den has a yellow pawn. The drawing room has a yellow pawn. Bedroom has a yellow pawn. The guest bedroom has a yellow pawn. I knew there were a lot of these little bastards, but okay, and the storeroom has a yellow pawn. Now, I remember there being a white rook. The nook had a white rook. And there was also a bishop in the chapel. A white bishop. Okay. Now, is there anything else that might be notable? Not immediately obvious. So let's head north out of the den. Okay. Spare room would lead us farther north. Closet's a dead end. Kitchen is effectively a dead end. Let's do the closet and see what we get there. We get ivory dice. Okay. And a gem. The drawings are a mountain and a pea pod. Okay. No chess pieces or anything there. This room really needs to be just a little bit deeper, because the last time I was here I wasted a whole bunch of movement by stepping back and forth over the threshold without even realizing it. Not really a whole bunch, it was like a couple moves or something. Okay, so I think that's all there is to see here. Okay. Let's go back to the drawing room. And let's head out its other door. Alright, we could do the spare room here. I kind of want to save that for later, though. Utility closet seems like a bad idea here. Lavatory seems bad idea. Let's redraw. The bunk room counts as 2 bedrooms. That's another dead end, though. Okay, looks like no matter what we do, we're going to dead end here. Unless we redraw again. And I want to save that for emergencies. AKA, I'm going to be stuck here forever kind of emergencies. So let's play the bunk room. No, I want to keep the bunk room until we can play the other bedroom one that gives us movement for every bedroom we play. If that one never comes up again, then I guess we're screwed, but oh well. Let's play the Nook. That'll give us a key. It's useful to have keys. Okay, the drawings are a padlock and a grandfather clock. Okay. Now, white rook which we already noted. Okay. Finding the white rook here again is good because it further reinforces that the chess pieces are the same every time. There's just the information that we should probably be taking notes there, which, thank you. That's not too hard to figure out. Anyway, I was a little bit worried that we've seen a lot of rooms that have yellow pawns. And so I was a little bit worried that there might be a lot of yellow pawns in the pool and we were just getting lucky that they were always the same. But we've only seen one room that has a white rook in it, and that is this room, which makes it much more likely that they're always the same. Okay. Now, whatever room we put here is going to also possibly connect to the parlor and possibly connect to the entrance hall. We've managed to make everything come down to a single choke point, which is unfortunate. Spare room would completely close off all forward progress. Lavatory would close off all forward progress. And utility closet would close off all. I should have went back to the entrance hall and started from there. Security will give us a path. Chapel will give us a path. Chapel would give us a singular path forward. However, if we ever wanted to backtrack, we would have to go through the chapel. Security would give us a path to a room we can already reach. So you know what? Let's do the chapel here. Island 4 relic choices, skill, dividends, or coral. That's a set of choices, all right. Okay, chapel. Now, it's time to see if these wall things are the same. So far, they match my memories of what was here before. Okay. So the stained glass windows appear to be the same. White bishop, same as last time. Okay, so this stuff doesn't change. It doesn't mean it's not useful information for later, but at least doesn't change. Okay, so we're looking into the parlor from here. We don't actually want to go in there right now. I should probably make note of what these statues are. But until and unless I see someplace else that actually needs these statues, I'm not going to be sure what parts of them are relevant. It's not like the stained glass, which is pretty stylized, and I can just kind of wing it. Like, is it important that he's holding a book? Good question. Anyway, currently there's nothing else that I can do here. Or at least nothing that seems notable or new. So, onward. Passageway. Ooh, that's perfect. Gives us a beautiful four direction, exactly what we need to put on top of our unfortunate choke point. Spare room would just be the same problem, but delayed slightly. And this would end our run. So, boom, passageway. Okay. Let's make a note of the passageway's existence. It is a brown or orange room. Okay. I'll just make a note that it has 4 doors, because that's important. Alright, let's actually enter it. Okay. There's some non-functional stuff here. Looking around. So far, nearly every room has had paintings. Or, drawings on the walls. This one, notably, does not appear to have any drawings on the wall anywhere. Okay. Because nearly everything else has had 4 drawings. The dark room. You cannot see the floor plans while drafting this room. Okay. Also, that just gives a path straight forward. Commissary would be a dead end there. Okay. The dark room is probably the choice here. Because it gives us a path forward to the end. I don't think I want to draft from the dark room yet, because the dark room was one of the rooms mentioned in the utility closet. Because there was a breaker for the dark room in there. Anyway, dark room is a red room. Okay. So on the list of red rooms here. Dark room. Cannot see. How does it refer to that exactly? Cannot see floor plans while drafting. Okay. Alright, let's go into the dark room and explore. Now. Can't see shit. So let's go back out of it and let's see if we can find a utility closet. We'll see if we can draft that across from us or somewhere else. Okay, utility closet. Boom. Courtyard's a bad bet here. Lavatory's also a dead end. Utility closet will just have to be it. Okay. The dark room is currently switched off. If we switch it on, let's switch keycard off as well for now. It looks like the utility closet is otherwise identical to what it was. Okay, the drawing here is a single pine tree and a person holding a match. Okay. Let's make some notes here real quick. Now, we have seen this pair before, but interestingly, we also have a drawing of the single pine tree in the pantry. I think that's the first time where I've seen two rooms have the same drawing. except possibly one of the labeled drawings in the commissary was the same as the one in the lavatory on day 1. So I'm not sure if the labeled drawings in the commissary were that room's just standard drawings, or if they were hints. And turn off the switch and then come back here and use this door. Will its special effect still take effect? We can't back out of trying to draft those, so let's just go ahead and try to draft it without turning the switch off and see what happens. And then in the future, when I encounter this room again, I'll make sure it's shut off before I try to go through the door. And we'll see if that gives a different result. Because I'm curious if having the utility closet breaker off for a room disables its special effect. Any other notes I might any other notes I might need to take here? Okay, where did we encounter the cob before? I know I've seen that drawing. The question is if I've actually made a note of it. Because that might have been before I realized the drawings might be important. I noticed that. Yeah. Yeah, I recognize seeing that drawing, but I didn't make a note of it. Alright. Commissary just gives us a not dead end. Everything else is a dead end. Let's take commissary. Purely because more ways to progress forward is a good idea. Card reader. And it's not powered on. Okay. Okay, so I don't know if these those post-it notes are probably very important. What I'm wondering is if I'm supposed to slowly build up a library of what the different, which drawings are labeled with and which are labeled without here. And maybe that'll give me some kind of clue to something else later, related to why nearly every room seems to have drawings. Okay, in this case we have a car and we have a Queen of Diamonds. The Queen of Diamonds was seen in the entryway. The car was seen in the den. So, I'm not sure if that's relevant to anything. But we'll make a note of this anyway. Okay, with hand holding Queen of Diamonds, without car. Okay. This note is exactly the same as it was before. That note's the same as it was before. Days 12 to 16. This is the same as it was before. Day 20 and 21, 50% off. Okay, we can buy a gem, salt shaker, sledgehammer, metal detector. Well, I don't have cash to do any of that. I could keycard reader if I had a keycard and if it was turned on, which I deliberately turned it off. So going forward, they're tiered shelves. Okay. We saw the tiered shelves in the parlor. I don't think we've seen the tiger yet. Or if we have, I didn't make notes of it. There's a yellow pawn. We'll add that to the yellow pawn list. Okay. I have seen this particular shape before, the 3 triangle kind of thing. As like a little display case in guest bedroom, was it? And maybe other places as well. That's interesting. Go through this side room. It's locked, so we'll use a key. Okay, lavatory is dead end. Kitchen and boudoir both go north. Kitchen costs a gem, so let's not do that. Let's do this. Okay, there's the safe in the corner. Drawings are aviator and a square plot with plants or trees on it. I don't think I've seen either of those drawings yet, or at least not since I started making note of them. I really have no clue as to what the code is for the safe yet. And I left the damn the notes up. Okay, anyway. Drawings are aviator and we'll call it raised bed. Okay. Now. Observatory I've never been to. Let's take spare room. Yeah. Okay, spare room. Drawn out in white. There are no drawings. This just looks like another corridor, honestly. Unless there's something going on here that I haven't noticed yet. There's a blue room. Okay, but there doesn't seem to be anything we can do here. We need to get all the way to the second to last row to get the dining room to do anything. Let's try the lockpick kit. Okay. Whenever you enter gymnasium, lose 2 movement. However, it's going to give us more options. That's... Okay, we've never been to the gymnasium yet. Yeah, okay, we'll do it. That seems like a pretty painful cost. Basically has double movement cost. Oh wait, it's triple movement cost. Okay. It's drawing as a tie and a grandfather clock. I swear we had another... Okay, no. Nook had padlock grandfather clock. Okay, somewhere else had tie. Parlor had tie and tiered shelves. Okay, so we're starting to find... Like, parlor had tiered shelves, dining room had tiered shelves. Den had car, commissary had car. Commissary had queen of diamonds, entry had queen of diamonds. So it seems like there's a lot of duplication of the images. There doesn't seem to be anything we can interact with. Alright, we could try to go north, which would then unlock the possibility of the dining room doing something useful. So if I ever have to backtrack to the dining room, I do want to do that first. However, for now, let's go this way. No, it's not. Let's go this way. It is locked. We'll try the lockpick kit, and it worked. Okay, good deal. Combine inventory to create new items. Or we go to the billiard room, which gives us a puzzle. Let's go to the billiard room. I don't want the bunk room quite yet. Okay. So we did encounter information about this before. Here we have Battle or Forest, and we have Man and Rowboat. Man and Rowboat is new. Bat and Forest is not. Okay, billiard room. Drawings. Man in Rowboat. Bat over Forest. Where else did we encounter Battle or Forest? It was in the drawing room. Anywhere else? No. Okay. Okay, we found a reference to this room before. And it stated something about mathematical puzzle, and we didn't need to know the rules to darts. Which... Okay. See if there's anything around here that also might draw the eye. Not really. No chess pieces. Just the drawings and a dartboard. Okay, there is one piece that is colored. And you can click the different numbers. It specifically said you didn't need to know the rules for darts, so I'm hoping that's true because I don't know what the scoring rules are for darts, to be honest. Okay. I have no idea if I'm doing anything even slightly close to right. Okay, my theory has fallen apart. Because I clicked the value that was the two outer rings are pointed at by the blue added together. And that's not right. I wonder if... Okay, let me think. Okay, I think I know what to do here. Seems to be correct. All right, so I think these are a hint. Plus, minus, multiply, divide. And I think it is counting rings from the inside out. Plus, minus, multiply, and divide. And each slice is numbered. So this is 10 minus 8 would be 2. So we click the 2 on the outside. Boom. Okay. Now we have 8. And this is the multiply ring, I believe. 8 times 2 is 16. Boom. Okay. Now, the real fun begins. They light up 3 of them. Do we do them? Ooh. Okay. What order do I do them in? Do I do them strictly inside out? Or do I have to worry about an order of precedence of some sort? I think I'm going to try inside out and we'll see if it likes that. So 12 minus 7 would be 5. And then, let's see, that's the multiply ring. Yeah. So times 4 would be 20. Okay. And we got a pair of keys. All right, let's make a note of this. Okay. Already made a note of the drawings. It's time to proceed this way, I think. We'll use a key since we've got a bunch of them right now. And we don't have anything that would actually lead us into the antechamber. Okay. Mailroom. Package will be delivered here the day after drafting this room. It's a dead end, though. Courtyard gets us more possibilities. Nursery is also a dead end. Alright, well this is a bit unfortunate. I kind of want the nursery because that's a good way to get us more movement. But also we're going to be hella dead-ended up here if we do that. So let's do courtyard. Okay, the courtyard. Ooh, there's a metal detector here. Greater chance of finding keys and coins. Okay. There's no chess pieces. There's no drawings. Let's try going. I kind of want to get to the antechamber because I'm curious what's in there. Discover less common floor plans while drafting in the library. Walk-in closet to dead end. Okay, so we're taking the library for sure, but it's not a dead end. Oh. Okay, well the metal detector's blinking away at us. That's fine. We found a key. Books and periodicals requested with this form will be pulled and available the next time you draft the library. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Drafting, blueprint, rarity, unusual, drafted one time. Okay. Hallways, green rooms, shops, red rooms. And blue rooms appear to just be random rooms. Okay, so blue rooms are standard rooms apparently. Okay. Interesting. I'm not sure what's special about the green rooms. We only have one. Okay. Okay, so that's useful to know. We have a crown and a raven in the library. blank book there. So that staircase is almost assuredly the staircase that was in the drawing, maybe. I don't know, maybe not. Mount Holly scrapbook. Okay. Most avoided floor plans. Number 1 is nursery, bunk room, and security. Okay, so this appears to be a sort of information about what we've done. And over here on this side, we have records. How long we've spent on this game. How much we've spent. How much we've drafted. How many times we've done each puzzle. Okay. I'm guessing these books are probably useful. If I had to guess, this one probably does something to do with a room we haven't drafted. The, what do I call it? Observatory or whatever it was called. This one this probably refers to a room we haven't even encountered. I'm not sure what this one's about. Drafting strategy just seems generic, possibly useful. I'm guessing each one of these gives us some kind of hints for some other room, maybe. Let's start with this one. Just kind of curious what it has to say. Okay, is there anything else around here that I need to worry about? No chess pieces on this level. No chess pieces upstairs. Okay. Use a key. Okay, we've never been to the observatory. However, I don't want to block off access to the antechamber. The conference room would get us access to the antechamber and access further. The bunk room is just going to have to get wrecked again because it's a dead end and I don't want one of those right now. So conference room it is. Whenever items be spread throughout the house, they are placed in this room instead. Interesting. Okay. Some special rooms allow you to spread items throughout your house. When items are spread, they are immediately placed in several of the rooms currently on your estate. However, if you have a conference room, spread items are gathered in that room instead. Okay, well I haven't encountered anything that will spread items as far as I know. So the conference room seems largely useless. However, there is a red note over here. Safe code 9083. Okay. Well, guess where I know of a safe. Okay, let's make some notes here first. To start out with, conference room. The drawings for the conference room are hand holding a lit match and some wheat. Okay. Red note says the safe code is 9083. Okay. After meeting adjourns, take all conference notes and place them in the office safe. Oh, they might not be talking about the other safe. It might be a specific safe here. Or it might be a safe in a room we haven't encountered yet. Okay, I don't see a safe here. It might be referring to a different room. Namely, a room probably called the office. Okay, let's take a note of that as well. Oops. Okay. Now, unfortunately, we appear to need electronic keycard to get through that door. So, we're not going that way. And this door leads to the antechamber, which apparently we can't actually enter. So I'm guessing we have to figure out puzzles to open that up. What puzzles and where? Great question. I got no idea. Alright, so this is a dead end. I have 25 moves available. We're going to have to backtrack quite a ways to get to someplace where we can continue doing anything useful. However, the dining room will have a meal in it. So we could continue pathing outward from the gymnasium. I think we'll go back to here just to see if by any chance that has useful information. Also, okay, no chess pieces. No chess pieces. The conference room is a blue room. We've got a bunch of stuff up here. I haven't been being very faithful keeping this updated. And I misspelled it again because I'm amazing that way. All right. The library, I think, was also a blue. Yes, the library was a blue. The billiard room was a blue. I put that there. The gym was a red. Okay. Spare room. I think I already have listed. Yes, I do. All right. Well, let's go back and see if that safe works. The safe combination works on that safe. I highly doubt it does, but it's worth a try. Rip my movement. Through the spare room, into here. Okay. Now. $9083. Nope. Okay. Clear and then try again. Okay, no. It definitely is for a safe in a different room. Probably the office, unsurprisingly. Alright. Let's visit the dining room. Grab that meal. Okay. I guess it's plus 20 move. Additional 10 if you have a showroom in our house. I've not even seen the showroom. But we'll just go ahead and have dinner for now. My movement's getting a little low. Okay. Now, we can go north out of the dining room. That's where we're headed next. Foundation does not reset each day. Okay. Also, it's got plenty of branches, so that seems like a great way. Also, if we place another room that has a north exit north of this, we'll be able to avoid the gymnasium going forward. For at least some paths. Okay. So what about this is important for not resetting? Falling down that hole seems like a bad idea. But what about this does not reset? Oh, interesting. There's a little elevator thingy there. Okay. I need to figure out how to lower that down. Okay. I don't see any drawings. Don't see any chess pieces. I don't think there were any breakers related to the foundation. Okay, I don't think there's anything we can do in here right now. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think there is. Great Hall has 7 locked doors. Interesting. Kitchen. Or finally the bunk room that we've been avoiding. The reason I'm avoiding the bunk room though is because I want a different room before the bunk room. Let's put the Great Hall in and figure out where and what that has got going for it. Okay. The Great Hall has no drawings. There's something behind this door. Okay, we can't pick it. Money! Oh! That opens the door to the antechamber. Okay. Okay, then. Notes on this. I don't know if it'll always be here, but it's here to this day, so we'll make a note of it. Here. Great Hall. We'll label the rooms in relation to its facing with the text. So we are currently in the top right room. It had 4 coins and a lever that opened right antechamber door. And that's the wrong ante. There. Now, conveniently, the right antechamber door is the door that we have access to. Okay. Let's go back to here and see if we can get a north-south room. Take a shortcut up there and find out if there's anything interesting there. Damn. Less likely to find items laying around your house, so that seems bad, but also it's not a dead end, so it's good. Except it is kind of a dead end, so rip. It means we don't have a shortcut to the antechamber. Okay. H.S. Sinclair. I want to check something here real quick. Yeah, HSS. Okay, so that monogram is probably not useful. This is the dude's name. Okay. The drawings are a paint can and a beer glass. Beer glass. There we go. Okay. I can't help but think that at least some of... Oh. Is this a reference to one of the stained glass windows in the chapel? I wonder. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's about all I see that really calls out to me. To get to a shortcut to the antechamber, we have to go out and around like that, which doesn't seem overly useful. That's kind of far to go. We have 33 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We did spend almost half our movement just to go back and visit the antechamber if we wanted to do that. Alright, well, let's find out what we can get off here. Spend our last key. Okay, wine cellar is plus 3 gems. Office. There's a safe in the office. That'll block off a couple rooms, but I don't care. I want to get the office. Oh, I don't have the gems, so we'll have to do bunker or wine cellar. We'll do the wine cellar. That's 3 gems, which will give us an opportunity for the office later. Okay. Drawings for wine cellar. Are and what was the other one? A fan. Okay, the fan one we haven't seen. The pudding one we definitely have. It was in the bedroom paired with sand dunes. Okay. And what is this? Obviously a map of some sort. And it is pointing at the conference room. Okay. Let's go to the conference room and see if that gets us anything. Gonna take up most of our movement. But also we're pretty much dead-ended here except the Great Hall. The conference room does have paths out. Oh wait, that path required a keycard. We either have to go to continue more rooms. We either need to go to the commissary and go north, or we have to go to the gym, or we have to go to the conference room. So we need to head that way anyway. Post mage chamber, foundation, dining room. Okay. Is there anything else that looks notable? Not really. Now these drawings gotta be... They gotta be for something. Because they've been in almost every room. Also, I'm really curious about this thing here. I need to figure out how to lower it enough to get into it, and there's a lever inside. So we'll see about that. Okay, dining room. Go this way. Then that way. Okay. No, we're going straight to the conference room. Because I need to know what this item does. And also, we might be able to visit the antechamber for there. So I'm curious what that's got in it. Okay, so the treasure map was pointed here. Does it actually... Aha. This looks like the spot. Now to find something to dig with. Damn it. I don't have the shovel. Continue up, you must go down. The basement key. Okay. That's interesting. I don't have a basement room. Unlocks the basement door. Okay, so I would need to find out where that is. But I found it. The nearest place where I can extend more rooms from is the gymnasium, so let's go back there. I am running low on movement. Okay. We can't pick the lock. The basement key does not fit. Let's go over to the Great Hall. I wonder if the basement key has to be a southward facing room. Also, that's the next place we could possibly get out from. The other possibility is the commissary. I don't remember what that was locked by. But yeah, that was locked by a key card. So if we can't find a key card and if we can't get something opened up in the Great Hall, we're done. Because everything else is locked behind stuff. Okay, to the dining room. We're running really close on movement. Can't use the basement key on that anyway. Okay, the center door does not fit. Okay. It won't hurt to try the basement key in all the locked doors. Although I highly doubt it'll work in any of them. Thoughts on the game so far? It's definitely interesting, but I feel like I've not made any progress. I have a small mountain of possible information. Okay, we can't pick that lock. Alright. Since I'm out of normal keys, we're just kind of stuck here. And I believe that this day is done whether we want it to be or not, because this door is a keycard door. We don't have the keycard. This door is a keycard door. We don't have a keycard. These doors are locked, and I don't have any keys except the basement key, which I don't know where to use. Oh wait, we do have entrance hall. Could I even get to the entrance hall? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we couldn't even get to the entrance hall. So we could theoretically, if we had enough movement, get to the entrance hall and place one last room. Do they have a breaker room? Not that I know of. Yeah, I'm not discouraged yet. We're only on the second day, after all. But, oh. Okay, no. Finding this was pretty cool. Or useful, at least. It did find us the basement key. I'm not sure where I used the basement key yet, but it feels like we're making tiny bits of progress. But I'm not sure how much that progress is actually going to stick around for any length of time, and how much is just knowledge that might be useful later. Yes, I have found the billiard room. And we did figure out the Bark Dart puzzle and got 2 keys out of it. But I've used those keys already. And the only reason I opened this door was because the metal detector was going nuts here. And I don't remember if I got a key or a gem there. Or was it I think it might have been a coin. And then we found this room, this lever, which just happened to open the right door on the antechamber so we could go into the antechamber. And that got us the basement key and the hint that to go up you must go down. I should make a note of that. Okay. Yeah. That door is locked as well, and I don't have a key for it. I couldn't lockpick it. Did I ever try lockpicking this door? Ooh, okay. Wait a second. Progress can be made. Whenever you draft a bedroom, gain +5. Okay, this is... I've been kind of looking for this, but it's a dead end, and we don't... I can't place a dead end here. Mailroom would get us a package the next time we draft it. Maybe. The East Wing Hall seems much better, though, because that gives us more options. As long as they're not locked. Okay, we are running very low on movement. We're down to 6. Okay, drawings are coat and dressmaker dummy and coastal cliffs, which we have. Don't think I've noted yet. Okay, we've definitely seen the coat before. Okay, case sensitive match is off. It was in the dark room, and it was paired with a cot. Okay. Paintings remain complete enigma. Somewhat unsurprisingly. So I wonder if this has to go in this column, the East Wing Hall. Because it says the windows overlook the east side of the estate. It does have windows. So I'm thinking some of these rooms have to go on certain sides of the estate. Like the guest bedrooms got windows, I think, or was it what other room was it that had windows that It might be some of these rooms only have windows under certain circumstances. Yeah. All right. So there's 46 rooms, and then there's more rooms beyond that yet. So obviously you don't get, even if you filled out every single slot, you couldn't get every possible room. So there's some rooms that are not part of every run. That's good to know. Okay. Let's try going south because there's more possibilities that way. And it's locked. Try the basement key. Does not fit. Try the lockpick. Doesn't work. Okay. South is dead to us. And we can't lockpick it or basement key it. Which means we're kinda screwed, I think. Still seems too difficult to pick. Okay. So it doesn't just check every time we check it. Yeah. No cheesing allowed. Darn. I already tried the south door at the Great Hall. It was not pickable. Yeah. Alright. We've got 5 movement. There's definitely no doors we can get to from here. Let's go down to the utility closet and look at some stuff there, I think. I want you to take a look at the breaker panel again. And we might as well, because it's not like we're going to get anything more out of it. Or anything else useful that we can do instead. Okay. I still have no idea what the vac indicators are for. I'm not sure what happens if I leave the gymnasium off. If that would actually not subtract the 2 movement every time we go through it. That might be a good idea to make sure that's turned off in the future. We haven't encountered the garage yet. And who knows what's going on with the switch for the cabinet. The key card, we don't have the key card, so turning that on or off doesn't seem to do anything. Yeah. I had hoped that by turning the keycard entry system off, we wouldn't see any keycards. But I'm pretty sure it was off when we drafted the commissary, which has keycard. Okay, we're done for the day. Even if we didn't want to be, if we moved back into the passageway, it would force us to be done for the day, so. We definitely filled out a lot more rooms than we did on the first day. It is 10:14. I don't think we have time to do another day. I think we'll call it here. But we will definitely continue this later. Probably... we can play this weekend, I think. We'll do it Saturday and Sunday, probably. That sounds fun. So far, it is interesting. Very interesting. The mechanics where things you do in some rooms will affect that room when you visit it again in the future. Like the library, offering up a selection of books that'll be there the next time. The foundation room that says it doesn't reset. Not entirely sure what that means yet. There's definitely a lot of interesting, weird mechanics we're going to have to figure out as we go. Also, like, what's up with the wall drawing things? Those, almost every room has a pair of them. There's got to be some kind of information encoded in those things. Either encoded in them, or they're a key to something, or... But they're so extensive and they're everywhere. And they're different every time, too. It's definitely worth continuing to record them just in case. And that statue we found in the maid room, that looks kind of similar to what the stained glass showed in the chapel. That seems like it might be important. Maybe we have to find enough of those. Maybe we have to find more of those statues for the other stained glass windows or something similar. The chess pieces. There's surely something to do with those. A lot of rooms have them, some don't. And they never have more than one. Yeah, there's all kinds of mysteries so far. So far, we have gained far more mysteries than answers. We have precious little in the way of answers. But many, many, many mysteries. But those mysteries are a future Milo problem. Tomorrow is Thursday. And Thursday means total annihilation. Friday we'll have some EDF. And then Saturday and Sunday, we'll probably play more of this. And continue slowly beating our heads against the locked doors. As the case may be here. But anyway. For tonight, though, let's see. Is anyone doing anything? Probably not, but it's worth a check. Nope. Okay. Really, I need a more interesting follow list. Yeah. Hopefully, I see you all back here tomorrow for some good old-fashioned RTS gameplay. And I will see you all later. Good night. And goodbye.